Are you ready?
I am ready.
Could you please tell us a story of when you were haunted by spirits in your new room?
Yes. So growing up in a big low-income family, I've never had anything that was my own. I was the youngest of 6, so we've always had to share toys and clothes, and we're mainly hand-me-downs. As a child, I never complained, but as I got older, I've always wanted to have my own room. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for my big family and everything we had. Long after my brothers moved out to a college and 2 rooms became available in our house, I still continue to share a room with my older sister for a few years. I didn't want to, but I did it because my sister was more superstitious and didn't like sleeping alone. I guess you can say she was scared. I mean, who can blame her? We've never slept alone or had our own separate rooms growing up. However, once I started college, I told her that I was going to move out of our room and into my brother's old room. Since we both attended a community college near home, it was time to get our own rooms. My sister was reluctant to let me move out of our room. She told me that if I wanted to move out all my things, that was fine, but she asked that I continue to sleep with her in our room. I immediately said no. After all, what was the point of moving into my own room only to continue sleeping in the same room with her? I gave her a whole spiel about how we needed our own space, so I started moving my things into my brother's old room. On my first night in the new room, I was so excited. I didn't want to sleep at all because I wanted to continue decorating and arranging my things. Anyways, it was getting late, so I went to bed. All was good until I woke up in the middle of the night. I was facing the wall, but I slowly repositioned myself and turned to face the room, looking towards the bedroom door. It was summer, so I had a light blanket over me. As I pulled the blanket over my head to go back to sleep, I was dozing off, but I was not asleep. All of a sudden, I got the feeling someone was in the room with me. I quickly brushed it off and told myself I was making it up until I saw it. This ghostly white figure appeared in the darkness of my room towards the door and floated towards me. I heard it breathe right in front of me. It started to fan me with something that looked like a white fabric. I could see the fabric going in an up and down motion. I felt the light wind from the fanning, and I heard this thing breathe louder and faster as it continued to fan me harder. The breathing sounded like a dog panting. This went on for about 30 seconds. Suddenly, it took a deep breath as it fanned me one last time, and the fabric faded into nothing. The white figure floated backward and disappeared into the darkness. I didn't dare move or breathe. I stayed frozen for what seemed like forever. I remember having a lamp on my nightstand right next to me, so in one quick motion, I got up and turned on the light. The room was empty. I've never experienced anything so frightening and real. I didn't want to move, but I had to get out of there. I quickly got out of the room and went to use the bathroom. I noticed the light was still on in my sister's room. I opened her door and realized she was sleeping with her light on. So I quickly got in bed with her and went to sleep. The following day, my sister already knew something had happened. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come back to sleep with her. So she asked me and I told her what I had experienced. She told me to tell our mom, so I did. A few days later, my mom asked one of our shaman relatives and they looked into it. It turns out that thing that came into my room was our Davadache, who wanted to scare me because I didn't want to sleep in the same room as my sister. My honest reaction was sort of, seriously? I get punished for not being scared to sleep alone? Anyway, the next night I continued to sleep with my sister, but eventually started sleeping alone in my own room. And everything turned out fine. I guess the spirit watching over the house just wanted to teach me a little lesson. I hope you enjoyed this story, as I sure didn't enjoy reliving it. Thanks.